All right, so today we're diving into something pretty exciting, the 2025 Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got a ton of info here from the official Iditarod website, some AP articles, even people.com.
Wow, sounds like you did your research.
Yeah, we wanted to go deep, beyond just who won, and really figure out, like, what made this year's race so special.
I'm all for that. I mean, every Iditarod has its own story, right? The challenges, the victories.
Exactly. And speaking of victories, can we talk about Jessie Holmes for a second? This guy finally wins his first Iditarod after 7 tries.
Yeah, that's got to feel amazing.
Talk about perseverance, right? And you know what's interesting? He's a former reality TV star from Life Below Zero.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, did that experience, living in those extreme conditions, maybe give him an edge out there on the trail?
That's a good question. I mean, someone who's used to that kind of harsh environment probably has some serious mental and physical toughness built in.
Right. Because we're talking 10 days, 14 hours, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds. That was his final time he crossed the finish line on March 14th.
Wow, that's a long time to be battling the elements.
Yeah. And the first thing he did was praise his lead dogs, Hercules and Polar.
Yeah.
He called the whole experience magical.
Oh, that's sweet. It really shows that bond between a musher and their team.
Right. And that bond has got to be crucial for success, especially in a race with so many unexpected twists and turns.
Absolutely. And speaking of twists, this year's Iditarod was the longest one ever.
You're right, it was a whopping 1,128 miles.
1,128. Wow. I bet that wasn't part of the original plan.
Yep, not at all. They had to reroute the whole thing because of low snow.
Oh, wow. So that must really thrown things for a loop.
For sure, and instead of starting in Anchorage like they usually do, they had to start in Fairbanks.
Starting in a different location, that must have added a whole new set of challenges to the race.
Absolutely, and then you've got the added distance. I mean, how do you even begin to prepare for something like that?
Yeah, that's insane. You've got to think about endurance resource management, dealing with unfamiliar terrain. It's a whole different ballgame.
It really is, and of course there's the prize money to consider.
Oh, yeah? What was the payout this year?
A total of $550,000 split among all the finishers.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, and Jessie Holmes took home a cool $57,200 for his win.
Wow, so it went up from last year.
Yeah, our sources say it used to be around $50,000 for the winner.
Interesting. I wonder why the increase...
Maybe more sponsors this year, or they just decided to give the top spot a bigger chunk. Who knows?
Yeah, but either way, winning the Iditarod is a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely. And beyond Jesse, you had Matt Hall coming in second and Paige Jobney in third.
Those are some big names in the mushing world.
They are, although we don't have their exact times or winnings from these sources.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure we can find that info somewhere else.
Oh, definitely. For all the details, like times rankings for every musher, you got to check out the official Iditarod website.
That's the place to go for the full scoop.
For sure. So, I don't know about you, but this whole Iditarod thing has really got me thinking.
About?
Just the whole idea of overcoming obstacles. Jessie Holmes finally winning after so many attempts and in the longest race ever.
Oh, yeah, and let's not forget those incredible dogs, those lead dogs, Hercules and Polar. They were a huge part of this success.
Absolutely. That bond between a musher and their team is just so inspiring.
It really is. And you know what makes me wonder is, how will this particular Iditarod be remembered, years down the line? Because it was unique, right? The longest race ever because of those crazy circumstances.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, will it go down as a testament to human and animal resilience? A story about pushing the limits of what's possible?
Right. I mean, what does it tell us about that deep connection between musher and dog when they're faced with those kind of unprecedented challenges?
I think that's something worth pondering, for sure.
It really is, this Iditarod. It's a story for the ages.
It truly is.
And that's what makes these races so fascinating.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today, but what a deep dive this has been.
It really has. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me, and to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep questioning, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See ya.